Hey my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, you are welcome, but don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to like my video and comment. I am Akintayo Tmenino, also Mina Artistry, a makeup artist and a beauty influencer and beauty creator. So this is another video. I'm here again with a bomb transformation on my pretty brown skin model. So come along with me and let's get right into the video. First off, I started by styling her hair. Yes, I'm very good with hairstyling actually, even though I've actually stopped making hair, but it's something that I'm still good at. So I'm just styling her hair into this pretty ponytail thing, and I've used gel, and this is just me blending out the edges and bringing the edges out. So now I'm done with the styling, and also I'm just going to use a scarf to like press it down because it's natural hair and I just want it to be really sleek. Now for the makeup, I'll be starting off with the Juliediamond Micellar water to cleanse our face because of any dirt and anything, and trust me, this micellar water does a lot of work because he actually brought out a lot of dirt, and as you can see, just look at what was on the model's face. So next off, I'm using this mist sprayer just to give our face hydration and just, then I'm going in with the moisturizer, my Msmetics moisturizer, and I'll be using this brush from Viccabel to do my skin prep. The last time I used a flat brush from Juliediamond, and someone requested that I use a brush from Viccabel, and this is the brush I use from Viccabel for my skin prep. It blends so well and it takes everything you do into the skin really well. Next off, I'm going in with my sweat block. I'm using this to cage the sweat and also control oil. You need to like press this really well into the skin, most especially the T-zone area, to just to control the oil. Next off, I'll be using a fan to dry it out. You want to make sure every step you give it time and dry them out. I'm going in with this Rimmel London primer, and I'll be using this primer all over the face. Make sure that there is no primer directly under the eyes because you want to totally avoid that place because it's going to crease and you wouldn't want your makeup and the under eye to just be cakey. Next, I'm just going to be blending it really into the skin. I'm not dragging, I'm not pushing, I'm just blending it well into the skin. I'm going in with this Becca primer to further mattify the face, and I'll just be applying this Becca primer on just the T-zone areas. You wouldn't want the whole face to be too matte. You just want something to control the oil, because for someone with an oily skin, you really want to prep the T-zone area. I'll be prepping the lips with a lip gloss. You can use a lip balm, you can use anything that just works for you, but I use a lip gloss to just moisturize the lip to get a flawless lip finish. Next off, I'll be going in with foundation, and I'll be using this my flat brush from Juliediamond to apply it. I use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Every product I use are already in the description box, so you can check them for further information. I'm just going to be blending really well. I applied the shade 360, which was a lighter shade. With the dark shade I applied, and I just blended it out using a spray to melt it on in. And this beauty blender is also from Thegirlzkorner. Yes, Thegirlzkorner. I'm just using it to blend the foundation, and look at how it gives a flawless finish. Then next, I'll be going in with the contour. I'm mixing this Vee Beauty and the Maybelline Superstay foundation in 380. That's the darkest shade, and I'm just using it to do my contour, the face, the head and the jawline area. So and just shape and snatch all of these areas. I'm going to be using my beauty blender now, and I'm going to be using the parts that I used for the foundation, so that everything I'm doing is going to be blending really well. There won't be harsh lines, to be blending really well into the skin, and you can see that contour snatched look already. I'm just going to be using that part of the beauty blender to further blend it into the skin. Make sure you take your time to blend. I always say this in my videos. Next up, I'll be using this Tehila brush blush palette. I'm sorry, but this Tehila blush palette, I really love it, and it's almost finished. Can't wait to get a new one. I'll be mixing these shades to get a perfect blush shade for our brown skin, because for brown skin you want to be careful and make sure you maintain the brown skin. You wouldn't want to do too much, you wouldn't want to make a face too light or too dark, just a perfect brown skin tone. I'm going to be blending in this blush and on my contour, yes, directly on my contour, and I'm using the other parts of the beauty blender. I basically love how this beauty blender is shaped, and it gives me a very good way to know how to blend in my products. So I would advise you get this beauty blender too. So this is me just blending the other side of the face and blending in really well. Take your time to blend. Next off, I'll be using this Nuban concealers in the shade 043, 046.5 and 049. This is the shade 046.5. This is like our lightest color, this is our lightest shade, and I'll just be using this in the inner corner, the upper part of our forehead and the middle of our nose. Then I'm going in with this dark shade, which is the 049, to blend it really well, because as I said earlier, you wouldn't want to ruin the brown skin. You want to maintain and keep the brown skin intact. Now I'll be blending it and be using the sharper part of the beauty blender, that is the pointed part, and I'll be blending out the dark concealers, the dark shade of concealers first into the skin. If you want a flawless skin finish, you want to make sure that you take your time to blend all of your products really well into the skin. Then after blending the darker shade of the concealers, I'll be going in to blend the light concealer. After blending, you can see how so yummy and so flawless. Look at how everything has blended into the skin. Now to set the face, I'll be using the Merak baking spice. You can use it to bake and you can use it to set the face. So what I'll be doing now is setting in this face, and I mixed it with my RCMA translucent no color powder, because I felt like the Merak setting powder in the shade Nutmeg was too dark, so I just mixed it with a little of the translucent powder, and this is it. It still comes out very brown, and I really like how it comes out like this. Then I'll just be patting it into the skin. For setting, you want to make sure that you pat it, and is one layer at a time. A layer goes a really long way. So for setting, you don't want to do too much. You don't want to apply too much powder on those areas. Just make sure that the layer you are picking is going to go all the way for you. So this is me just sinking it well so that the concealer can absorb the setting powder, and I'll just be doing that for all the areas I highlighted. Now take a look at how it's coming out. It's coming out really well. You can actually work with just the Merak powder. It works so well too, but for me, I prefer mixing it like this. If I'm working on a very dark skin, I'll use just the Nutmeg without adding the translucent powder to it. So I'm just further blending it well. Then next off, I'll be going in with my powder to further like powder the whole face up. And I'm using this Vee Beauty palette, and I'm using the shade chocolate and dark chocolate. Those shades are just so perfect for a brown skin person. Next off, I'll be doing my powder contour, and I want to do it together with my blush. So I picked up the dark shade in Vee Beauty, and I'm mixing them with these blush shades from the Slyviamark eyeshadow palette. This palette is so bomb. It's my first time trying it out, and I really love it. I use it for blush, and I'm using it for the eyes too. You guys should stay tuned for that. You really want to see how the eyes came out. So this is me just blending out my blush and my powder contour together. I'll be doing the cheekbones, I'll be blending both sides of the cheekbones, and I did the nose area and forehead area too. Next off is contouring the nose. Now I'm going to be using still my Vee Beauty powder palette. I'm using a dark shade there, which is maroon and ebony. These two shades are very good for contouring. Now for nose contour, you want to make sure you are starting from the beginning of the brows down to the bridge of the nose, and you blend it out at the end. You want to make sure that you don't drag it down. Just blend it. As you are taking it down, you want to blend it out. Blend it out really well. Don't forget to also dust off the excess. So for the other side of the nose too, you just want to bring it from the beginning of the brows down to the bridge of the nose and just blend it out. Now this gap in the middle of the nose, what I do is I apply a light shade that is lighter than the person's skin tone, then I apply it in the middle of the nose, because you want that middle to come out really well, and it's going to make the darker parts, the darker sides, really snatched. And if you want it thinner and closer, you just not make the gap in the middle too fat, you just close the gap. That's basically just it. Then I'm going in with baking the face. Remember what we did earlier was setting the face. Now to just bake it, I'm using the RCMA translucent no color powder, and I turned it in a different container. So I'm just going ahead to bake the face and putting this setting powder on it. Now for the middle of the nose, I won't be applying any setting powder there again, because I have already applied the lighter shade of a brown shade. Now doing the eyes, I'm going to be using the Benign eyeshadow primer with the Viccabel Brush, and I'm going to be using the Slyviamark eyeshadow palette. I'm going in with the transition color and just blending it out. Now I'm just blending it out to the brow and the nose contour area, because I want everything to be well blended. So next off is the Beyond Beauty gel liner. I'm going to be uploading a full detailed eyeshadow tutorial on how I did this bomb looking eyes. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to be using this gel liner to just line the eyes, and I wouldn't have to do too much because I already applied a black eyeshadow at the eye area, so that I'll just blend out the eyeliner. Then doing the same thing too for the waterline area. Another thing you can do is, if you don't want to use a gel liner, you can also use the Merak black pencil. It's actually very dark and really easy to work with. Now for the lips, I'm going to be using my favorite lip palette, the Imagic lip palette, and the classic lipstain in the shade Thunder. I'm mixing this pretty brown shade from the Imagic palette with this classic lipstain, and this brush is from Juliediamond. I already lined the lips with the brown shade, and I'm going in with the lip base. I'm using this Nuban Beauty concealer in the shade 04 6.5 to just give it a nude lip finish. I'm just going to be blending it out really well, and I'm going for a very simple nude lip. So blending and smacking the lips well. I'll be going in with this lip brush I used to just blend it really well after smacking the lips. Then I'll just be using this pink shade. So guys, if you've watched and enjoyed my videos till this point, I am so grateful, and I want to say a big thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment, something to just keep me pushing, please. Thank you guys. So next up, I'm going in with this lip gloss to just, gloss the lip up. I don't know why I can't do without lip gloss. Hardly do I do matte lips, but I love glossy lips. Glossy lips are so bomb. If you agree with me, please let me know in comments. I'm just going in now with this powder to powder the whole face up and just do the finishing touches. And this brush is the Real Techniques brush. So I'm basically just dusting while applying powder to the under eye and everywhere that I use the baking powder. And next off is this spray. It's more like hydrating and a setting spray. It's the Milani Make It Last spray. And I'm using my mascara next. This is the Kiss Beauty Mega Impact Mascara. This mascara is bombo. Don't look at it anyhow. Is really bomb. And I'm just applying my lashes. I can't remember the name of these lashes, or the lashes are just short and pretty cute. I wanted to give this calm look because I wouldn't want, since the eyes are already given, I just wanted the lashes to just bring the. So for my highlighter, I'm using this Tehila blush palette. There's a pretty highlighter shade there. I just mix it with my glow oil, just a little of the glow oil, and it comes out so bomb. And I used my beauty blender from Thegirlzkorner. Next off is this Superstay spray. This silly spray is everything. You need your makeup to stay intact. You need your makeup to be sealed, to be locked in. And guys, this is the finished look. Damn, look at how skin is skinning. The glow is glowing. The eyes are glittering. Even the lips are lipsing. Hell, this is so beautiful. Let me know in the comments what you think of this look. Does it deserve a 10 over 10? Let me know what you think. Thank you so much guys for coming along with me on this video. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Bye.